And here we are. Welcome, everyone, to another episode of The Workshop. I don't know why I call them episodes. This is not a TV show. Or it is. You know, whatever you want it to be. I have with me Craig, Mike, Graham, and Marco. Am I saying Graham correctly?
Graham is good. Like the crackers.
I'm Francophone. I have no idea how I'm supposed to pronounce that.
Yeah, no, the way you said it is pretty common. But it's just Graham. It's simpler than it.
Graham.
Yeah.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Yeah.
You don't pronounce the H.
No, exactly.
Graham. All right. Craig, where are you located right now?
I am located in Denver.
Denver? What about you, Mike?
I'm in Toronto.
Toronto. And Marco?
Yeah. I'm in Montreal.
I'm in Montreal. We know each other.
We know each other. I've seen you around.
Yeah, I've seen you. You're the Jism guy. Are you the Jism guy?
Yeah, I'm the Jism guy. Yeah, I jism on everything. That's me.
So you own it. You basically jism and
I jism and I own it. I'm like a cat, but
I was gonna say, do you cough up hairballs at all?
I do.
All right. So I'm also located in Montreal. And for anyone watching, I just want to remind you that this is a comedy safe space, which means that we can say whatever we want to say with the intention of being funny, and we're not going to judge each other. Hopefully, we're trying to find where the limit is. This is the opposite of a safe space. So I just want to set the record straight for anyone watching at home. And the way it works is that Kevin or Scott gave us a very random topic each, and we wrote 3 to 5 minutes of material on it, hopefully, which we're going to present to each other in a minute and give each other feedback on. Then we're going to do the same thing with our own material that we wrote. So on that note, who wants to start?
I'll volunteer if nobody's.
Mr. G voice is gonna start.
Get it over with, and I gotta do the obligatory. I'm embarrassed about what I'm about to tell you because it's so hard to find the time. But anyway, here we go. So my topic was danger zones. Danger zones. I think people misuse the term danger zone. It could be so useful, but instead it's wasted. They call the temperature range where food spoils quickly the danger zone. Instead, they should call it the idiot zone, because if you don't know not to leave raw chicken out in the sun, you're sort of beyond hope. If your cholesterol level's too high, they say you're in the danger zone. But if something takes 50 years to kill you, I don't think dangerous is the right way to describe it. Maybe we could call it the mildly threatening zone. In driver's ed, they call stupid things that teenagers do, like ride in the blind spots of trucks and buses, the danger zone. Like, fair enough, it's dangerous, but they should probably call it the friend zone, because teenagers love to do dangerous shit, but nobody likes to sit in the danger zone or sit in the friend zone. I think danger zone should be reserved for emergencies. It should be a universal term that doesn't require any explanation. It means stop what you're doing, and I'll explain why later. Like, if your friend's about to hit on some cage fighter's girlfriend at a party, you just say, dude, danger zone. And he knows to walk away, and he's thankful when you explain it later. But now if you say danger zone to a friend at a party, he won't know what to think. He might think the food's been sitting out too long, or it might throw off his blood work. Maybe he just assumed you're trying to give him random driving advice. Then he gets his arm broken by the cage fighter and asks you why you didn't give him a heads up. I blame the misuse of the term danger zone on the Top Gun soundtrack. The headline song is called Danger Zone by Kenny Loggins, and it sends a very mixed message. Here are some of the lyrics. Highway to the danger zone. Gonna take it right into the danger zone. Highway to the danger zone. Ride into the danger zone. Everyone knows a danger zone is something you're supposed to avoid, but it's pretty clear that this song is not trying to avoid it at all. No wonder everybody's confused. Who the fuck builds a highway to a danger zone? Fucking Kenny Loggins. That's who. Anyway, guys, that's all I got.
Thank you. That was good.
All right.
No, thank you.
I like where you took it. I wouldn't have thought of the misuse of the word danger zone at all. I thought that was creative, and I like the way you looped it back to on itself. That was good. And Yeah, the Kenny Loggins lyrics are.
That's the only thing that kind of popped into my head is like
Is-
Danger Zone. Is that?
But what
stupid
is he
song.
talking about? Is he talking about like the troops or something?
He's talking. Like I looked at the lyrics, and first I wrote some stuff because I thought he was like telling a girl how badly he wanted to have sex with her. Like that's like let's take it, but it's like it's about like going fast in airplanes and like pushing the limits for this
Oh, really?
stupid Top Gun movie. So anyway, I mean it's a dumb song. It's a pretty dumb movie in my opinion, but anyway.
But that's it. That's all I have to. I don't really have any negative criticism.
Yeah.
Sorry.
No, I mean it's a weird one too. I mean, what do you do with Danger Zone? But anyway, thank you for listening.
Craig, do you have anything?
Yeah. First of all, I think it was a great touch that the siren went off in the middle of your
that was good.
about the Danger Zone. That was very well produced.
Mhm.
You have an awesome mic and also good production values.
Thank you.
Yeah. I'm glad that you riffed on the cage fight guy more than just one joke, because that's a great concept, and I feel like that's something you could like really
Milk it, yeah.
milk if you want to add Danger Zone to your normal set. I was waiting for sorry, I don't mean to get all Toastmasters.
Yeah. No, that's good.
When I hear Danger Zone, I think about the show Archer. They
Like the animated.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Catchphrase is like Danger Zone.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
And then Kenny Loggins, I always get him confused with Kenny Rogers. I don't know which one is the chicken guy.
That's Rogers. Yeah, that's right.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. So I was kind of waiting for a chicken joke, but it didn't happen. And now I understand why. So that's fine. I liked it. That's awesome. I like that.
Good, thank you.
You wrote jokes.
Yeah, it's I've done this is my third time doing this, and every time I get the thing, I'm like, what the fuck did I do this for? That's so hard.
Yes, that's where I was yesterday morning. And I was So yeah. No,
anyway, thanks guys.
Marco, what did you think?
Yeah, I thought it was really good. Also, I know we don't have a lot of time for these things, or we seem to have endless time, but we don't have time. I thought you did a good job. You kept it pretty tight overall. One of the things that came to mind with Danger Zone when you were talking was, how we call things danger zones when they're really not danger zones these days.
Yeah.
I thought that might be a nice area to play. Something where you would just say, oh, that's a danger zone. And really it's just mundane. You're just washing the dishes, dude. Turning the water too hot is not the danger zone. You know what I mean? Like stuff like that.
Yeah, you could take it and kind of make it a
mockery.
A riff on, a mockery on how safe everything, how regulated everything.
Yeah.
And how, they won't let idiots hurt themselves anymore. If you don't know this, the label's not going to help you, right?
Yeah. Pretty much.
Yeah, I like that.
I thought it was good. You actually wrote more than I did, so kudos, buddy.
Thank you.
I'll lower the bar if you want.
We have a comment here. Lucia said, my great scenario with telling your friend Danger Zone when he's about to hit on a cage fighter's friend. Another possibility might be that a danger zone is an area where you just farted before the person enters the zone.
Oh yeah, just danger zone. Just danger zone. Don't go away. Go away and I'll tell you why later. Yeah. Okay.
You'll thank me later.
Yeah, exactly. I see it. Thank you, Lucia.
All right. We're gonna move on to the next person. Who wants to go next?
I will go. Happy to go.
All right. Perfect.
All right. My topic was numerology.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
So numerology is a fascinating topic, and I have 3 to 5 minutes in numerology. I'm just gonna go with the number 5, and the number 5 is a great number. So I'm glad that I got it. 5 is half of 10, which is the first 2-digit number, and one of its factors is 5. So seriously, how cool is that? That's an example of a numerology joke. I figured I'd point that out. So another good number is 96. 96 is wild sex for people in their 50s. You basically flip over and get ready to do a 69, but then you get tired and you just both roll over and go to sleep. Sorry, I thought that was a good one. It's a little visual. But actually, I should be serious. I don't know anything about numerology.
I don't even know what it is. I honestly. I don't.
Well, okay, so I found out. I actually
Okay.
that was just
Okay.
kind of my lead in, but I did look it up. I should probably start my stopwatch. So I know it's not. So numerology is where you take dates and combine the numbers in a specific way, and you figure out a certain thing about that particular date. So I did that. Yesterday's number was 666.
That makes sense.
Kind of creepy, but whatever. Let's see. Blah 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 blah. I feel like numerology is so. The other numerology thing is you take your birthday, and this part's real. This is what you actually do. You take your birthday and you add up the numbers. So, like my birthday is January 8th, 1962. Actually, tomorrow, 9. Happy birthday. So you add up all the numbers and combine them in a particular way, and you come up with your life's purpose, in fact. So you do that with all mine. My life's purpose is the number 9. So, as best as I could tell, my life's purpose, the number 9 means stay up late and try and write jokes on a random podcast. But here's the kind of bizarre thing about the whole numerology thing. I did mine, and actually my number is 9. I did look it up, and it has some like horoscope kind of things. There's a bunch of websites. Mine fucking nailed it. It was the weirdest thing. My kids totally nailed it. So as best as I could tell, numerology is for people who feel like horoscopes are not enough of an exact science. And I thought, numerology should really take off a little bit more. So I thought, why not have numerology Scrabble? And I thought that would be kind of a cool idea, but then I couldn't really figure out how you would score. So we let that go. Anyway, that's my 3 minutes on the incredibly funny topic of numerology. Thank you for listening.
That was very good.
Nice. Nice.
Very, very tough. Very tough.
Yeah.
Yeah, but well done. Yeah.
Thank you.
That was such a nerdy start. And then you said yesterday's number was 666, and I thought you could say like what that means. You could be like, oh, that's actually good luck, or I don't know. And then my life's purpose is the number 9. That was gold. That was really funny. That was really funny. And people who think the horoscope is not precise enough, like that was really good as well. But yeah, that's all I have to say. Maybe like in the beginning, you say 5 is a factor of itself. Maybe you could say like that's a callback, but then you wouldn't say that to like people who are not comics because they wouldn't understand.
Yeah, I gotcha.
Yeah, that would be like.
Yeah, that line, like my life's purpose is the number 9. It's kind of hilarious, and it made me think like the whole sort of numerology seems like a bit of a quack, horoscope, whatever. So if you just kept coming up with those like nonsensical things. So I was talking to my buddy, and he's all about 3s. I'm like, no way, man. What, where is this? Like, none of it makes sense. And I think if you posted, like, if you kind of got, uppity about numerology over horoscopes, like, who could possibly believe in horoscopes? Like, numerology.
Numerology's the shit, man.
It is the way it is. Like,
bullshit.
but honestly, that vein of like, my life's purpose is the number 9. It sort of paints. It says everything all in one. Like, how stupid is this? Like, you're doing all this work for what? Like, it's nonsense. I mean, anybody that's into numerology, I'm not that obviously up on it, but I think you could hammer that angle, and you could probably get a great 5 minutes out of it.
Oh, no shit. Okay, cool. Yeah. Awesome. Thank you very much.
What about you, Marco? What did you think?
Yeah, I mean, just based off what Mike was saying, I think he had some really good ideas. Like how certain numerology people, like the 3s and the 6s, they get along, but not the 3s and the 2s. You know what I mean? Like like even numbers, odd numbers.
Yeah, it's like Crips and Bloods out there,
Yeah, exactly. They just can't get together, like the square roots and the sign people. They hate the log people. Or I
was going to start riffing on Pythagoras.
Yeah.
Pythagorean theorem, because he actually was a kind of a guy. It was off my screen, so I forgot to do it. Yeah, that's awesome. The square root guys, those guys suck.
Yeah.
When you talked about 69ing in bed, but you end up only sleeping, I thought a nice tag would be so you end up more like the number 11, right?
Yeah, you're just laying there beside each other.
You're
laying there. You're like an 11. And then when you talked about your life's purpose in numbers, I thought maybe it could end up being like 420. You know what I mean, or something like that. You could choose a time that everyone knows has a specific meaning, type thing.
Sure.
Yeah, I liked it. It was a bloody hard topic, my friend. Good job.
Cool. Hey, thanks, man.
Lucia said, Craig, I didn't quite understand how yesterday's number was 666. How does January 6th, 2021 break down to 666? I'm not sure, but I think I get it now. Explain how it gets broken down. Great joke about how it's for people who feel horoscopes aren't an exact science. Can you compare it to something else like
the rhombozoid?
For phrenology, like where they measure people's heads,
that's what it is.
They're like, oh, this guy's got the brain pan of a stagecoach salesman, or
yeah,
some other quack science.
Yeah. So the whole point of the 666 thing was, and I didn't really lead up to it. The way it works, and I'm no expert. I learned this Tuesday.
Yeah.
So dates are like a date, like January 8th, 1962, 1862. So you combine those numbers in a weird way. Some of them you add, some of them you just take the digits and do something stupid with. And I should have explained that in a worse way. So it was very confusing. So then it would be okay that I came out with 666. And yesterday here in America, there was basically a coup attempt on the government. So I thought that was a good devil number to represent the fact that it was not a good day yesterday. And this brings us back to the thing. If you have to explain the joke, it's probably not funny.
I think all you had to say to make it totally clear is, you take the numbers, you do a calculation. Just say it's like a simple. You do a calculation and you say, and yesterday was 666, and then it's like, oh, okay. I totally got that part, but I was a bit like, how do you do this math? Yeah.
Yeah, you could be like, oh, I'm not great at math, but
but I think yesterday might have been 666.
Yeah. All right, we're gonna move on to the next comic. Mark, do you want to go or do I go?
I'll go. Yeah, I'd rather you end. So like you're the big finisher. Go ahead.
You're the headliner, Victoria.
Yeah. Right on.
Marco's topic is jism.
Yeah. Jism. Expert topic. My topic actually is laser tag.
Nice.
I don't have too much. I apologize, but here we go. Laser tag. I goddamn love laser tag because all of a sudden a kid like me becomes a warrior, a soldier, a killing machine. I mean, I got a dark side because if I see or I hear a noisy 7-year-old during my round of laser tag, I just shoot him in the chest. And if they complain, I just shoot him again. And I do this to let off steam and escape because I know how difficult life is. I mean, I got my own children, age 9 and 11. And, whenever they get on my nerves, I bring them to laser tag. So I could yell at them appropriately and shoot each one of those miserable mutts right in the head. And they're just too easy to find. Even in the dark, I could pick out that Axe body spray. And every year on my birthday, when my wife asks me what I want for my birthday, it's always the same thing. I ask her to come play laser tag with me and pretend she's one of the children.
Nice.
It's kind of what I got on laser tag for tonight.
That's really good. That's
All
really
right.
good.
That was good.
Short and sweet.
You like kept your persona in this. That was
Let's try a little bit. Why not?
That was funny. I love I have a dark side, and I might even just say people ask me why I played laser tag, because I have a dark side. And because it's such a fun, most lay people think of it as this fun thing, but the other part is there are people exactly like what you're representing, where they just snipe everybody, and they take it too seriously, and they make it not fun. They're really trying to get their anger out on people.
Yeah.
But why do I play laser tag? I got a dark side. I think you'll get a pretty good laugh at that.
I like that.
Laser tag. That's a great topic.
Yeah, it wasn't bad.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
You said you bring him to laser tag and then you yell at them, but I thought you could phrase it in a way where you're just like, I yell at them and shoot at them at the same time. Like, I just want that image in my head of a very scary man,
Okay.
But yeah, this is all the only negative criticism.
The other thing you might want to do, because you're painting this picture of you as this assassin, you may want to make an analogy like I'm the guy from American Psycho in whatever, or I'm I'm 007 in there, or some paint you a picture of I'm calculating, just taking guys out.
A shorter and less attractive Vin Diesel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kicking ass and taking names.
I like the riff on I know how difficult life is, and I feel like you could really take that far. Like, I know how difficult life is, and if we ever have to relocate, not to keep getting political, but in case we ever have to relocate to the U.S. and you have to go to public school.
Right.
Yeah, I'm training my kids. I'm training my kids for U.S. public school.
Yeah.
I'm preparing you for your future in the United States by shooting at you.
Yeah.
You're 9 years old. You're already going to grade 3. Here's your gun.
Yeah, right. We're going to start you off with a small,
a small gun, just a training gun.
Yeah.
For kids, kids gun.
Training barrel.
Lucia says, Marco, great set. Can you give any reason why you would want to shoot at your wife? She gave you the gift to go there.
Because he has a dark side. Oh.
Right. Okay. Yeah. That's right.
She said, sorry if that question sounds like a downer.
No. It gives it's a good it's a good thought, because actually she could do something on my birthday, and then I just bring her to laser tag kind of thing. It's a good thought. Yeah.
All right. We're gonna move on to me, which no.
The headliner.
Hey, you guys ready for your headliner? Ladies and gentlemen, coming to the screen.
Coming to the
upper left square on your browser.
I don't even think I have enough material, but here it goes. My topic was Silicon Valley, which is called that way because it has the most breast implant per capita. Statistically, every person in Silicon Valley has 1.3 breast implant, which also explains all the custom bra shops you see around. If there's anything that I know about Silicon Valley, is that it is full of girls with big honkers. Those honkers are like a whole industry over there. The town is full of honkers and men working at the silicon mines to find their wives the perfect boobs. I was married to a Silicon Valley man before he dumped me because of my skin, if you can believe that. Apparently, I have the wrong skin for Silicon Valley. The doctors told me my skin is too thin and that the weight of the breast implants would just tear my boobs apart and the implants would fall right out. Which, I don't know. Anyways, I don't think that implants are made of silicones anymore. Anyways, we moved away from that. It used to be just hay and old newspaper, but now then we got silicone, and now it's like water or like whatever slime is made of. Now you can get like memory foam boobs, you know, remembers the imprint of your face. Then imagine what tomorrow will bring. Maybe Bitcoin boobs, you know, boobs that are gonna be where you store all your data. You know, boobs are the future. What else did I write there? Oh, I don't like this one. My boobs are already big enough anyways, thank you. They're so big and heavy. Every year they get closer to the floor. And in 5 years, they're going to be the ones touching the toilet water when I pee. And I'm going to beat my boyfriend to it. And that's all I have on Silicon Valley. I've never seen the TV show. I don't know. So what did you guys think?
I love the idea of a silicone mine. And just guys slaving away with their silicone axes and then bouncing back because silicone's all bouncing.
They just found a boob.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, we got a mine. We got a nice rich vein. That's what it is. Got a rich vein in the silicon mine.
Yeah, I was thinking just to sort of, create, a touch point is you could have, mentioned some of the more well-known personalities in Silicon Valley, like, Elon Musk or, whoever, and tied that into like, if you got away from the boobs thing and said, in Silicon Valley, they're doing this, they're doing that. And then, bringing Elon Musk and people think you're going to, kind of get more, he's became the richest man in the world today. And then just say he's picking up new tits or, like call it back, call it back, like sort of take him, left and then shift back right. Like, yeah, Elon Musk, he's shopping for new tits all the time.
I like that. Thank you.
Yeah, or he just became the richest man in the world. Can you imagine all the tits he's gonna?
He's working on a new electric tit.
Yeah,
It's great mileage, huge with incredible mileage.
He's taking fake tits to Mars.
It's
Because eventually Earth isn't going to be habitable.
Yeah, he's going to be the first guy to have fake tits on Mars.
That's awesome.
What did you think, Marco?
I liked it. I liked I liked your take on it, Silicon Valley. Overall, I thought it was an interesting take. A couple of things that came to mind: Silicon Valley. Like breasts. It's like a valley of breasts or something. That could have been like a play on that. But the thing that I wrote when you talked about memory foam, I thought it could be fun. It's like memory foam, so it remembers the small boobs that you used to have. So 12 hours a day you got small boobs, and then 12 hours a day you got big boobs because it's memory foam and it remembers whatever boobs you used to have before.
Yeah.
Or you could brand them like, you got Tempur-Pedic tits or Casper tits or like one of those, well-known mattresses. I got memory foam tits. I got some Casper.
You drop a bowling ball on one, and then the other one, if there's
pocket coils.
It still won't move. Yeah. Sealy Posturepedic tip. Yeah.
Pocket coil tits. I can't afford.
I like a 4. My husband likes a 9.
I can't afford the. That could be. You could tie that into your the newspaper in straw, which I thought was really funny, and say something like, "Oh yeah, no, I had pocket coil tits, and now I upgraded to the memory foam or something." Yeah, like match, kind of around with that.
That would be really funny to do on stage, and then I come on with like fake, like really perky boobs, and I do the whole.
Or even what are they like? It's like a sleep number. I got sleep number tits, or I got I got.
My husband likes the 9.
And I like a 3. And you have a bra that's like one is like totally push up, and one is like totally for comfort. And,
One super firm, one semi firm.
I got tit number tits or something like that.
Or if you're going out, you dial it up a little bit. I don't know what your life is like or any of that stuff, but it's like, oh well, going to a party, got to look good, dialing it up to a 7.
Yeah.
Mm.
Lucia said, Victoria, great start with the mention of breast implants. You mentioned memory foam or also sleep number to your breast for when a man lays his head against your chest and goes to sleep without asking if it was good for you.
Mhm.
And he can dial in a sleep number on your bosom.
A Zoom.
Mm.
Zooms. Glonkers.
Conquer.
That's what I
Sounds
said.
so romantic.
That's what I say to my wife. That's what I say to my wife to annoy her. I say, let me touch those glonkers.
You say it through that microphone, and there's
It
We're good
works.
to go.
Yeah, it works. Exactly.
All right, we're gonna move on now to the part of the show where we do our own material. So we do 3 to 5 minutes of our own material, then we give each other feedback. Is it okay if we keep the same lineup? Yes.
Works for me.
Does it work for Craig? No, wait, it's Mike. That's the first person, right?
Mike go first.
Yeah, sure. I've got a quick one here that I wrote today. I'm more hoping to bounce the premise off you guys, but I'll do that one quickly. So, parties where the parents of my friends' kids are attending kind of suck. First of all, you can't get all fucked up. Well, I could, and I do, but then your kid starts asking why their friend's dad says I have a problem. And there's always at least one dad who's a one-upper. No matter what you say, you got a better version of it. So you have to hope that there's an even number of these guys there and stand back and watch them one-up each other into a black hole. There's the parents that have super boring jobs but won't stop talking about it, so it makes it seem important. And you're trying to be polite, join the conversation. Yeah, risk management is the cornerstone of I really don't do a fucking job. Sorry. The worst are the Karens who are monitoring everyone's behavior so they can start gossiping when they see people actually having fun. And meanwhile, they're giving some guy a BJ in the backyard where the husband's playing video games in the basement with the kids. Anyway, that's why I had for the backyard. And one second, let's put another one up.
Mike, your audio is a bit wonky. You may want to move a bit closer to the mic.
All right.
That's what I was gonna say.
Any better?
Yeah,
Yeah.
but much better.
Okay. Sorry, guys. 1 sec.
That's okay.
So I got a new dog recently, and it blows my mind how differently dogs are treated today versus when I was a kid. There's a huge demand for dogs. People are on waiting lists to shower dogs with love. When I was a kid, you couldn't give them away. I remember my uncle and my dad getting in an argument because my dad wouldn't take one of his puppies. My dad said, I'd love to do you a favor, but I don't do favors you have to feed. And by the way, whatever, his dog got knocked up and no one knew how she got pregnant, but based on the look of these puppies, she'd fucked a warthog. She had 13 puppies. She had 13 puppies, 13 of the ugliest puppies you've ever seen. And I guess it's not really that easy getting rid of 13 dog warthog hybrids. So my uncle was like, come on, I need that favor. Now they make Louis Vuitton dog carriers that people a lot. Now they have Louis Vuitton dog carriers. Back then, a lot of people wouldn't even let dogs in the house. They would just leave them outside all the time, even in the winter. I used to ask my uncle, aren't they cold? And he said, nah, if they get cold, he can go in his house. So first off, when was the last time you saw an actual dog house? We don't even use them anymore. That's how differently dogs are treated. Okay. Second, this experience as a kid had me vastly overestimating the insulating properties of plywood. If I thought if plywood can keep a dog warm in -20, it must be magic. I would have voluntarily left the house in a blizzard with a piece of plywood, and I thought I was totally prepared. Today, we feed dogs as well as we feed ourselves. Raw food for dog and gut-friendly kibble and all that. In the early 90s, my brother worked on a pig farm one summer, and he would tell me how they would shoot these pigs that had some weird brain disease that was making them all fucked up and fall over. Then they'd get a tractor and drag the carcass to the front of the property, and a dog food would come and collect it. Now, I think that's gross, And I hope most people think that's gross, but back then people knew and thought it was great. They would brag. The meat was good enough for people if it didn't have a brain disease. Anyway, that's as far as I've got on that one. It's kind of half finished, but thank you.
Thank you. When you talked about one-upping, like the guy that always one-ups you, and I thought you could talk about like because you're saying you don't want to get fucked up in front of the kids or the kids' parents, and maybe like the kids are like, hey, why is that guy like acting weird? And then the one-up guy is like, he's not even that fucked up. Like I smoked way more than him, and
like I gotta my backup's the one up guy, and he's saying he's not that bad. I've seen worse.
Yeah.
Exactly. But yeah, and then the doghouse thing, that was pretty funny. And you said when was the last time you saw a doghouse? Actually, I see doghouses all the time on Pinterest. It's like they're nice, like little doghouses with balconies, and they make like these flower beds for the dog, and like there's windows for the doghouse. And
yeah, I think that's one of those scenarios where in my head a doghouse is a certain thing, and in other people's it may not be. Like it's not universal. It's like you know what I mean? Because to me, a doghouse is like a shitty old, nailed together thing in the backyard that like wow, like poor dog's got to go in there. At least that's my experience, and I guess it's not everybody's. So it's.
But I thought maybe you could put it in there that now like they
have
like
I could say something like if you see a doghouse, it probably has a balcony or something like that.
Yeah, and you could do that right after the Louis Vuitton handbag thing.
Yeah. If they have a doghouse, the concierge takes the Louis Vuitton bag tag up.
Yeah, it's got valet parking.
But that's
I like the bit where you said I don't like favors that you have to feed.
Yeah.
And then so it really doesn't. The kids really don't like it when Grandpa comes over.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah.
You go to McDonald's? No. And I love the dog house. I love all the dog stuff. That was great.
Yeah.
13 litter of 13 is
it's a big
wow.
litter.
That's that's mutant.
That's a true story actually. She they didn't know, like she was a beautiful sheepdog, beautiful purebred sheepdog, and like maybe an Irish wolfhound was the one that got to her. So the puppies were just wire haired and mixed up and long back legs and short, like they were like hideous. Like they had no idea. Like and back then, it was before Bob Barker, made a difference, but people would dogs were getting knocked up all the time, and having to be given away. And now it's like that. All the shelters are empty. Like all the rescues are, it's hard to get a dog. So anyway, that was where that came from. Thanks for that feedback, guys.
Marco, did you have anything else to add?
Yeah, the whole dog thing, really, really good set, really rife with ideas. I would say you could easily have 15 to 30 minutes there. Easy. Like you're just scratching the surface.
Yeah, there's a lot like that party stuff's pretty rich if you dig in there.
I mean, just the last thing we were talking about, the shelters were full. Now, if you want to adopt, you have to prove you're worthy. You have to do income tax reports. You got to provide your mortgage.
It's easier to get a baby from China.
Exactly.
Easier to get your kid into preschool.
Yeah, exactly.
At the beginning, when you say you arrived fucked up already, you took like 5 grams of edibles right away, kind of thing, The one thing that I would skip, actually, I thought the whole thing was very funny, but I have to say the entire tone changed for me when you started talking about shooting the pig. And I would mix that fucking fast.
I felt the air come out of the room, and you're not even here. It's not good.
Because it was so strong. And then all the air got sucked out. You started talking about shooting pigs in the head. For some reason, shooting pigs in the head doesn't go over with
some people just
sensitive bastards.
What are you, a vegan?
That is bang on. Thank you for that. I'm looking at it now. Going, I have a dark side.
Nice. I would say the last note I had, like we talked about it. I like when you started with the Louis Vuitton bag. In my day, we used a box. You know,
Exactly.
or a
If the
sack.
dog-
In my
if the dog-
days, we used a sack or a grocery bag, whatever. You know, something.
Or the
Oh,
scruff of the neck.
You just inspired me. Like Louis Vuitton bag back then. If the dog couldn't come up, it just just wouldn't come home anymore. You just like couldn't keep up. You
You
get a
just
new
done.
one. Yeah, you get a new one. Yeah,
You snuffed it out.
yeah. Thank you very much, Marco. That's really good.
Lucia said some comments. She said, my great scenario with the party scene, something a lot of people can relate to, going to parties they probably don't want to go to. You could just get so drunk that you just drunkenly tell one of them, you win,
You win,
Josh.
You win. And that's actually more true because I've done that. Like where I can't take this anymore. It's like,
You're good.
yeah. Like, you win. You you got this. You beat me.
She also says, what kind of things do you do at parties where kids are also present? Is it a birthday party? How much does the Louis Vuitton dog purse cost? What if the dog shits in it while you're carrying it around?
You got a $5,000 shit bag, or what do they call it? What they have like a name for like the little poopy sacks, right? Like the doggy whatever. Like when the owner, has got to pick up the shit after it walks around. I forget what they call it.
Doggy bags. No?
But the doggy bags, like when you take it home from the restaurant. Anyway, you could say it's like a $5,000, whatever that's called. I'll figure out what that's called.
Pooper scooper, dude.
Yeah, like
bag.
bag of shit.
There's a word for it.
Shit
I should go check. I got
Shit bags.
But do you know what I mean? Like I thought there was like a common phrase for like whatever. We'll see. Moving on.
Yeah, moving on.
We can't move on. We have to figure this out.
We have to do
I
it.
think they're called poopy bags. I think
It's
so.
nice to just say shit bag and poop bag and
Poop
dog
bag.
shit over and over
Kind
again.
of rolls off the tongue.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The next person is gonna be Craig. Are you ready,
Alrighty.
Craig?
Okay, so this is not really a set. This is a couple of jokes that are in various states of life. Anyway, it's interesting you had Silicon Valley. I actually work in Silicon Valley, but the actual one. I do work in tech. I work remotely, and I have for like 20 years. My official title is senior engineer. That's relatively recent. I used to be a middle-aged engineer. Senior engineer is just like a middle-aged engineer, but we like a little nap in the afternoon. So you realize you're getting old when you're getting old. You realize how much stuff you've accumulated. My wife and I were getting ready to downsize. We're trying to sell our house, and that's when you really start to see it, right? We had a buyer come through recently, and we told him we had a new sewer line put in, and he's being kind of a jerk. He's like, "Great, do you have the video of the new sewer line?" They make videos of that. I know that they make videos. You got it? So we didn't save that. So I gave him the DVD of my last colonoscopy. So we're under contract anyway. All right. So I met my wife computer dating, but computer dating back in the 80s was very different. Computer dating in the 80s was I would take her on a date. We'd go back to my place and we played Donkey Kong on my Commodore 64. And don't knock it. 8-bit color. Sound chip, bitches. Come on. Let's see. But I am turning into the stereotypical old guy, which is weird because like when I was a teenager, I'd smoke weed in the backyard. Now I'm an old guy. I smoke brisket. Occasionally links. I do it, and the neighbor's reaction is pretty much the same. Oh, hey, Craig, what are you doing out there? And they come over and they're my best friend. You're going to share that, right? So, of course, smoking weed is legal now. What if smoking brisket wasn't? You get pulled over, cop walks up, I roll down the window, he leans in, smells like hickory in here. Shines the flashlight around the car. What's that in the ashtray? Are those burn ends? Get out of the car. All right, so that's that. All right, one more. Again, totally disjointed. My wife, I've been married for 30 years. Awesome. Very happily married, whatever. She is very proud of her Scottish heritage. And it turned out she is even in a Scottish clan. Turns out you can be in a Scottish clan by marriage. So I figured, let's go for it. I'm going to do it. So there's a whole process you have to do. It's not that hard. You make an appointment. You go to a tent, actually, literally. Guy shows up, a guy from the clan. I called him a Klansman. He didn't think that was funny. But he showed up with a bunch of bottles of really good scotch. So we moved on. And here's what the process is. You drink a whole lot of scotch for an hour and a half. And you get shit-faced, and they swipe your credit card, and boom, you're in the clan. So I did it, and the Klansman, and he's like, great, so how do you feel? I'm like, honestly, I feel like I just betrayed 6,000 years of Jewish heritage. He's like, what do you mean, you're still Jewish? I'm like, yeah, but you got me drunk. I paid full price. That's it. That's my little set. That's what I wanted to work on.
That's good. Thank you.
So I want to, can I say one thing? I believe I heard you say under your breath after you said you smoke brisket, occasionally links. Yeah. And that was the funniest shit. The timing and like how you just said, okay, like you're clearly you're delivering a comedy routine, but you're still a barbecue guy. Sometimes I do links. I'm not just a brisket guy. Sometimes. And with that one word and the way you said it, it said so much. I thought that was brilliant. I was really surprised by that.
Because that part's not written down, and I just riffed that tonight.
Yeah, so. that was really nuanced and really kind of painted a picture. And sometimes links, I'm not, I'm open. I'm
versatile.
Right.
I'm versatile. Yeah, exactly. That's exactly it, Mark. I'm versatile. I got a game. I got game with this. Occasional links. It was anyway. If you can find a way to can that and deliver it like that, it would consistently that
Right.
Yeah, that was really brilliant.
Cool. Thanks, dude.
Yeah. The brisket stuff was really funny. I really like the Scottish Klansman. I thought that was really interesting. I haven't heard any jokes about that or anything like that. It was very fresh. And I think you should keep going down that line. But yeah, I don't really have any negative criticism. What about you, Marco? Do you have anything?
I like the cop. I like when the cop comes to your car. I thought that was a nice scene, but I thought he could ask you maybe a little, I don't know, different questions, the questions that, is that hickory in the air? What's that? Just make it a little more nuanced. When he's interrogating you in the car, is that salt on your collar? Or, make it a little more nuanced. But I thought that was a lovely little scene. I just wanted it to be a little more nuanced. I thought you went through it a bit fast.
You could paint a criminal enterprise with all the analogies.
You could be
what's that in the trunk? What's that in the trunk? I see it's a barrel.
I see. What's that huge syringe for? What's that huge syringe for? Yeah.
What's that huge syringe? Yeah, exactly.
What are you guys doing to horses in here?
Yeah. Step out of the car, sir. Step out of the car. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be
barbecue gloves on.
Yeah, exactly. What's with all the latex? What are you up to?
What's with all the latex? Yeah.
You really could paint a mob's hideout in there.
I think it'd be great if there was actually a body in the trunk, though. That'd be kind of a nice twist.
Yeah, exactly. Got reports you have a carcass in your trunk, sir.
Yeah, well, I do. It's a cow.
Yeah. It's just a whole hog.
Your trunk's riding kind of.
Yeah. There's legs seen dangling out of your trunk.
There's a cloven hoof.
Yeah. That's a good one.
Lucia said, Craig, computer dating in the 80s. Did you see her picture on the computer? How long for it to download? So long that you ask her to upload it upside down. Because it's going. Okay.
All right. Yeah.
That's cool.
So you can see the other bits first.
Yeah. Oh, I gotcha.
Yeah.
Got
it. It's the tits again. It's the tits.
Yeah. We're calling back the tits.
It all
I
comes
can
back
actually
to
just
them.
imagine the picture like an 8-bit pixelated computer dating picture of my wife and looking like somebody from Donkey Kong or something.
Oh, like with the face is just like 4
Yeah,
pixels.
I
put
fell in love with my wife because she looked like a princess. Except it was the princess from Donkey Kong.
Yeah, she was on a flying ostrich from Joust.
Yeah. Look at Lucia. Lucia chimes in with it was the tits again.
All right.
Always the tits.
We're gonna move on to the next comedian, which is Marco, I think, right? Correct.
Yeah, sure.
Are you
So-
ready?
So this is a small bit, and again, I've done it before, but I wanted to put it out there, see if maybe if it all works, or maybe I can make it even more tighter. So I don't know if you know this, but there is a strain of cannabis called Obama Kush, and just like the former president, very smooth. But get this, apparently last month, someone in Florida released a Trump Kush. Trump doesn't even smoke, but he still released a series of tweets about it anyway. Trump Kush is so tremendous. We're winning again. Trump Kush has the greatest orange tones in the nugs. Ask anybody. It's so much stronger than Obama Kush. You gotta believe me. And it's all in the breeding. Because if you take a Trump Kush plant and you put it next to an Obama Kush plant, you will notice that the Obama Kush has weak little stems, very weak. Some say flaccid, some say flaccid. Not me, I say weak. The Trump Kush has stems that are thick like a can of Budweiser. The greatest of all beers, the king of beers. Best of all, Trump Kush is grown right here in Florida, where they love me. Obama Kush. It's not even from America.
That's really good. Your Trump is really good.
You got a great Trump, man.
But the king of beers, the king of beers, the king of beers, the king of beers. That got me. Yeah, I mean it's pretty tight. I can't even remember what you said, but the one place where I sort of felt it was like, not dragging, but you just shorten it.
Yeah,
was after you described Obama Kush. Can you start from after Obama Kush when you start to talk about Trump Kush? It just felt like a pretty long lead up to it.
Apparently last month someone in Florida released a Trump Kush. Trump doesn't even smoke, but he still released a series of tweets about it anyway. And then I just go into the thing. Trump.
So I think it's I don't know that you need to say, apparently, in Florida, and do you need the he doesn't even smoke? Do you think you need that?
Just because,
honestly, it's sort of implied, right?
And it also implies that Obama does smoke. And I don't think that's like,
I think both of those things are probably universally accepted. Like, Obama, he smoked and Trump wouldn't, so I don't know that you have to say it, it's absolutely fine. But if you are trying to,
make it even tighter,
tighter, just maybe look at that one line. Yeah.
Okay. Fair enough.
And you may be able to add stuff about grown in America by Mexicans or or something like that.
Lucia says to talk about Mar-a-Lago because that's in Florida.
Oh yeah, that's his home, I guess, right?
Yeah,
that's not bad.
Yeah, that would be good.
You could actually do something again on them. How he hates Mexicans with never touched Mexican wheat, doesn't touch the stinky Mexican wheat, or criticize them. Like I think there's some more of his outright biases you could bring in. Yeah.
I like the play on words that we just saw as well. Thanks for that.
Yeah.
The Largo.
Yeah.
Marijuana.
Good job.
I've been doing this forever. Mar-a-Lago.
Yeah. Mar-a-Lago. Yeah.
He got it. He's late to the game. I've been doing this forever. Mar-a-Lago.
It's funny I wrote that joke it's probably a couple months old, but I did it tonight for the tightness. And when I wrote it, people said, it's a Trump joke. He's going to be out. It'll not last. But I got to say, I think he's going to be in the even though he's gone, of course. Yeah, he's going to be in the culture, in the lexicon for years. That joke has legs for 2 years. I think.
Totally.
Wow. I know. He's also. He's there. The U.S. Attorney General is going to, start the financial stuff, and he's going to be. Yeah. And also the Democrats won. It's widely presumed that they're going to legalize weed. So that joke has even more legs. And on the back of the legalization, Trump, the perpetual opportunist, is, in the weed game kind of thing. It would be very,
it could
relevant.
happen.
Yeah, exactly.
Kevin says to mention the Obama Kush and then really fast say they also released a Trump Kush just to put it in quicker.
Okay.
Like he's eager, maybe or something like that.
I like that.
I like the Budweiser
the king
visual, visual, and I feel like there's probably a million middle America things you can tap into. Just imagine every country song.
Yeah.
And tie that in somehow.
Mm-hmm.
Because that's gold, because that's so not him, even though he appeals to those people.
I think maybe now that he's actually lost, I might be able to use that and say, now that he's lost, Trump started smoking. So,
or if he does,
Yeah.
Yes.
I appreciate the feedback, guys. Thanks so much.
No problem.
All right. We're gonna move on to me. Yeah. I think I'm the last person. I'm gonna start my timer, but I told everyone that I wasn't gonna do any 2020 jokes. Those are in the past. I'm doing only my 2021 jokes, which I tried to write for a few hours, really intensely. I'm like, I have to come up with a new 5-minute. And then I thought it was pretty funny, but when I reread it, it turns out it sounded more like a manifesto or very political suicide letter, somewhere in between those two. So I don't know what I have. I have a premise here. My favorite reality show is back on, Keeping Up with the U.S. It's like Keeping Up with the Kardashians. No, that's okay. One of my roommates had a psychotic break over the pandemic, which some of you might not know this, but I'm a very anxious person, which means that when she does crazy stuff, I don't really react like other people. I just shrink in the corner and I try to find an escape route and plan out how am I going to get out of this without anyone noticing me. And since she's not in a state of mind where she can just ignore me, she just points at me and yells Victoria's being anxious right now. She's not a freak. She's just anxious, which it really does wonders for my personality. Another funny thing that she did is she would get really paranoid that her boyfriend was cheating on her. She accused him of sleeping with her sister, the delivery person, her mom, everyone but me. And it really got to me, honestly. I guess I haven't really been taking good care of myself during all this. I don't want to be the only person that doesn't get stabbed in a crime of passion. That would be a little embarrassing, always the bridesmaid, never the bride. Let's see here. What else do I have? Oh, yeah. So, I'm just trying to figure out what I'm gonna say next. I got a gun permit recently. I got a gun permit. I have a gun permit, but I don't have a driver's license. It's just so complicated, all the tests for the driver's license. Then you have to pay for insurance and parking and stuff. I'd rather just have a gun and take the bus, And also, if I show the bus driver my gun, he really likes them and he gives me a free pass every time. And the other day, he even gave me a free bus, which is really fun because when you have a gun, you don't have to have a driver's license. I can just drive it around everywhere and just park it wherever I like. Yeah, I have a gun. Also, I don't really have any segues between these jokes. This is really bothering me. I have the bedroom of a depressed person. Maybe you guys can't see this in the back, but if you were here, it would smell intensely of soup. You'd be like, Hachi Mama, what the hell is going on? Is this girl okay? It smells like I'm inside a ramen factory right now. And that's not me. That's just all the ramen I've been eating. And yeah, I have the bedroom of a depressed person. There's like a ton of stuff on my bed. There's a ton of books. There's like a half-finished knitting project on there. There's like, corkscrew for opening bottles. There's a fork for scratching. I have a bullet stuck between the bed and the wall. It's not like a gun bullet. I know I have a gun, but it's not a gun bullet. It's a clitoris bullet, which it's too small and slippery for me to pick it up. The bullet, not my clitoris. My clitoris is like bone dry, and it is huge. It is huge. I mean, if I had to have a sex change, I already have the micro penis. I feel like I could get a discount because you just have to sew me up, and everything's good. And I am a sucker for a discount. So that's it. That's all I have for my material.
Yeah, it's good. There was the line where you're saying it's like a manifesto.
Yeah.
Can you do that part again?
Oh, so it turns out it was a little less funny, and it's read more like a manifesto or like a very political suicide letter.
Yeah, you said a suicide letter and a manifesto.
Yeah. So you introduced a different word, which made me think that the last part of the sentence was different. So you said it's kind of like a very political manifesto or a very political suicide letter. Like those words kind of. I was kind of searching for three, and so it was just the way the words flowed was a bit awkward to my ear, and I think it'd be really funny if you just said it's more like a manifesto, like pause, moral or suicide letter, I don't think you have to say very political. You just let it hang. And and make it like sort of like they're the same thing basically, manifesto or suicide letter. I think that would be, you could get two because I think the manifesto part is really funny. It's or more of a manifesto because it's that says I think what you want to say with the very political part. Like just that word manifesto implies that. So I think you could get rid of the very political and just do it that way.
Okay, thank you. Craig, what did you think?
Yeah, so you had something about something crime of passion, and you used a couple words, and it feels like just saying the only survivor of a crime of passion might flow a little better, a little faster. Your gun permit no car thing, I feel like the setup of that, first of all, I love that whole thing. I feel like the setup of I don't drive a car, I have a gun, so I don't really need to, and then just riff on all of those ideas. It's all of the bits were great. I feel like just a little bit of reorganization or something, because each one on its own is funny. Just kind of the order of them, maybe.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah. Oh, and a fork for scratching. That's hilarious.
You like that?
Yeah, Lucia has a good one. A fork for scratching, a knife for cutting. The knife is pretty you're a cutter too. You bring that psychosis into the mix. A fork for scratching, a knife for cutting.
He says my clit is so big when I wear jeans I have a bulge.
That's good. That's good.
That's good. What did you think, Marco?
I liked it. I took a few notes as well. When you talked about the gun, I thought you could have maybe elaborated about all the other stuff you could get when you have a gun. You know, you walk into a store or anything you need when you have a gun, you can get, kind of thing. Yeah. When you said your apartment smells like soup, I thought that was very funny, but I thought it could smell of other things too. It could smell of socks. There are a few other tags of smells. You just gave one.
Yeah, like soup and dirty laundry.
Soup and dirty
or
laundry.
maybe it smells different on different days or something.
Yeah. You know, yeah. It's perfect for another couple of smells that would make people laugh. When you talked about your bed, I thought that was very funny. The depressed person's bed, I thought it could be also full of like Leonard Cohen albums and maybe like Sylvia Plath poetry books or,
Jesus
you know,
Christ.
sad poetry kind of stuff. Just to paint an additional humorous picture, you know?
Yeah.
I thought overall, like, it seemed like a bunch of separate jokes kind of put together. I don't know that they all have to go together. I think you could just sort of work on them piece at a piece instead of trying to put it all together. I think maybe piece by piece, they might work better as separate jokes versus trying to piece them all together.
How do I say them on stage then? I just pause and
just pause. Yeah, just wait. Just deliver a punchline on one of them. Pause. Move on. If one brings into the other, yahoo. If not, it doesn't really matter. Just I kind of felt that on a couple of sections, one joke kind of flowed into the other one where really it should have just ended and you could have started again, kind of thing.
Okay.
Yeah. One more thing on the part about getting a discount for the sex change because they just have to sew you up.
Yeah.
You could sort of turn it around and say like I would have done it already, but they want to charge me full price, and I don't think that's fair. Like I would have done it already, but
I'm doing half the work. I've done half the work.
I've already done half the work. I'm not paying full price.
I've laid the foundation.
So yeah, just something like that. You might get an extra laugh out of the switch.
Yeah. I just want to say I have a regular sized clip.
The rest of your body is just smaller. Is that what you're saying?
I'm just 2'2".
Yeah.
I'm a dwarf with a human size.
All right, this is the part where we just wait, what do? We just talk about our projects that we have coming up or any social media that you want people to follow you on. Craig, do you have anything?
Let's see. No shows. I just got done doing a New Year's show and nothing in the near future. I do have a podcast that is, we just dropped our 6th episode. It's called the Ultimate Prog Podcast Project UP3 Show. Get it on Apple Podcasts. If you like progressive rock from anywhere from the 70s till now, listen. If you don't like progressive rock, listen and get sad because you won't enjoy it. But we're doing pretty well. We're starting to get real artists in the prog vein to come on the show, and we do interviews and stuff like that. So it's been a lot of fun.
That's really cool.
And I got a day job that's the most boring thing in the world.
What? Yeah. Sorry, Craig. One thing I forgot to mention. You said what kind of engineer did you say you were?
I said senior. I think I just said I was a senior engineer.
But the full title, what was it?
Senior design engineer. I used to be a middle-aged design engineer.
Because I was just wondering if you could like just play on the engineer thing and make like a corny train joke. You know, like
sure.
Like, you know, I'm a software engineer, which means I do computers on trains, or you know, like, and then say, but I'm really, and then you can just keep the same.
Got it.
Next joke, like say I'm now they call me. I used to be a middle-aged engineer.
Yeah, cool.
But anyway, just tonight.
That's cool.
I actually just had a thought based on what Mike said. You could say that like I'm like a middle-aged engineer. But I had a big midlife crisis, and now they made me a senior engineer.
Yeah.
Nice. I like that.
Yeah.
I threw a big tantrum, and now I'm a senior engineer.
Yeah. Threw a hissy fit.
Okay, like that. Mike, do you have any social media, any podcasts?
No podcasts. I'm just sort of trying to get my Instagram going, which is at MDG Comedy. And I don't have any shows coming up, but I just started a new like group, and there'll be a show probably in 6 or 7 weeks or something. But other than that, like I wouldn't call it a class, but like a bunch of people sort of. It's the same format as a class, except there's no teacher. Like everybody just writes. It's like a joke writing group, and then every couple of weeks you do a show. Kind of.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah,
That's cool.
Yeah. But other than that, no, not so depressing.
What about you, Marco? I don't know why that made me laugh.
I got nothing. I got plaster work. I got painting work. Those are my projects.
All right.
Yeah. We're in lockdown here, as you know. So this was my fun. These are my types of fun lately. Doing nothing. Yeah.
As for me, you can find me on Instagram at Victoria for Days. Or I'm on the Facebook group Victoria and Claudio's Movie Trivia Night. We do Movie Trivia Night every Thursday at 8:30. Today we just did the Coen Brothers. Next week we're doing Westerns. You can win prizes. And on Sundays, I'm part of a podcast called The Dirty Four. We're four very dirty, crass, vulgar comedians. And we invite people and we talk about bullshit for about 2 hours. So if you like a bunch of bullshit by idiots, you're going to like this. So, yeah, that's that. I don't have anything else to plug in. Did you guys have fun?
Yeah, it was a good one. It was a good one.
Good. That's a good one. Yeah.
All right. Perfect. I'm going to say good night to everyone. And thanks for joining us.